Is it working? Okay. Hi there. My name is Danny Riley. I am a senior here at Winona State. I've been coming here since 2020, and I'm going to give my testimony today. So it all starts back in high school and kind of growing up. I was always a believer. I never really went to church. I only went to church during, the Easter, Christmas activities and everything like that. I didn't have a personal relationship with Jesus. I always knew I wanted one, but I never knew the steps to get to that. I had friends around me that would kind of show me the way, but again, I didn't know how to do that myself. I didn't know how to do it myself and not have someone kind of hold my hand the whole way through. And at the time, that's how I thought it had to be. You had to do it on your own. You didn't need help from others. You kind of just had to do it on your own, which was completely wrong. But yeah, so growing up, again, I always believed that there was a God. I always believed in Jesus, the cross, everything like that. I just didn't have a personal relationship. And my sophomore year of high school, unfortunately, my grandma got breast cancer. It was very quick. She died within, I think it was just under 2 months. And one of the last conversations I had with her is, I asked her, how do I get into a relationship with the Lord? I don't know how to do that. And she simply told me, it'll just come to you one day. You don't need to force it. You don't need to try to do X, Y, and Z. It will come to you. He will come to you. So I took that. I went into my junior and senior year, again, not really knowing how to do it. It was kind of just waiting for that calling moment from God. Never really came to me. And yeah, I decided to come here to Winona State. And my freshman year, I was kind of in that dual life phase of not wanting to give up certain things in my life, like going out, partying, drinking, all that stuff. Just living a dual life while also trying to come here and figure out, I want to have this relationship with the Lord, but I don't want to give up the things that, give me temporary pleasure. And that was really scary. It wasn't fun. It really wasn't. I got myself into a relationship with someone, and, we didn't end up staying together. I won't go into the details, but yeah, it wasn't the most fun breakup, but it was kind of a moment of realization, like, I need to turn my life around, not because I think I need to or I want to, it's an I need to. I need this relationship with the Lord. So in 2021, my roommates, after the breakup and everything, they kind of, pushed me towards serving here at PV. And I was terrified because I was still very new to my faith. I was coming here, I didn't give my life to Jesus yet, and I was like, how the heck am I supposed to serve other people when I feel like I don't even have a true relationship with the Lord? And, they continued to give me confidence and just tell me that it's going to be okay and that, it'll be okay. And so I ended up joining Thrive, which was amazing because I met my best friend and his wife as a month ago, Carly and Tate Halgrimson. Love those people. They were the first people that I really felt like just welcomed me in, didn't care about my past, and just loved me for who I was and who I wanted to be. They eventually showed me to my girlfriend in our 2-year will be this Halloween. So it's our 2-year coming up here as well. They introduced me to her, another blessing, of course. And yeah, so I kind of turned my life around and really started loving the Lord. I had a relationship. I was on fire for Him. I was reading my Bible. I was talking with other people about the Bible, going to Bible studies, and just all these things. I was just on fire, right? And so going into that, in 2022, my life kind of turned upside down. It was very traumatic. On February 1st of 2022, I got a phone call after class from my dad that my brother had a heart attack. It's a little zoomed in there, that's all right. Yeah, my brother had a heart attack while he was at a meeting for work. And I kind of froze up. I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, I was freaking out. Ran into my house, and one of my roommates was trying to calm me down, and I eventually, that's him right there. You can tell we look very similar. One's better looking though, sorry Deej. But, sorry. So I rushed up to Minneapolis, where he got flown into the U of M, and we stayed there the first night. The doctors were saying that all the vitals are looking good, everything is looking good. They didn't give us any information on, if he'd wake up, anything like that. They were just giving us the signals that everything's kind of looking good. And so we had high hopes going into the night. So I went home, I slept at home, and the next morning I get a phone call from my dad again. And he said that overnight my brother's brain had enlarged. And they were gonna keep him on all the machines for another day. And they were eventually gonna have to pull the cord on him because there was nothing they could do. It changed my life so much. There was so many plans I had with him. Building our parents' business from the ground up, taking it over so that they could retire, and him and I could take it over and keep going and build a family around each other. And it all just went away. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was a moment of just pure emotion and no idea what to do in life. So I stayed home for a bit, stayed with my family, my nephew, my sister-in-law, my parents, just being close with them. It was really hard being here, being far from them. And eventually I came back. Started working. I wasn't going to school, and just started working. And eventually, one of the kids in Thrive, one of the high schoolers asked me, because I coached soccer in high school, had asked me if I ever had any intentions on coaching down here. And I hadn't really thought about it. And at that time, I didn't really have any motivation in anything. But that was kind of the first spark. Because if you know me and how passionate I am about soccer and coaching, I can get pretty intense with it. And it was kind of the first little spark up of, joy in my life. And it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. I loved the kids. I loved the competition. It was just so much fun. And then, I went back to school. I'm still in school. I got 3 semesters left, so I'll finish next fall. But and then continuing on into this summer, kind of another traumatic event, just one after another. My girlfriend and I, we were with my parents. We were on our way up to my cabin, and we knew that my mom was having some back pain. We didn't really think a whole lot of it. We kind of just thought, it's mom being mom, nothing too serious. And she had gotten an MRI earlier that week, and the results finally came back, and they called her when we were about 10 minutes away, and they told her that she needs to come down immediately because she potentially has cancer. So we get to the hospital, we go into the ER, we keep doing some tests, and eventually we find out that it's plasmacytoma, which it's a pretty generic cancer, and it's very treatable. And she just got done with radiation probably about a month ago, and has been recovering. It's been very hard, but that was another very scary moment in my life, you know. And through all of this, it was so hard to not put blame onto other people or put my anger on other people. And I felt myself constantly doing that, blaming people for why aren't they being there for me if they were only there for the first month after my brother's death, or why aren't they there that they know my mom has cancer? And that's just not like true at all. And it kind of took this moment of realization this summer, actually, when I came back after taking care of my mom, of just there's so many people here that care and support for me specifically, but more than that, Jesus has loved me through this whole process. And I felt so stuck for a year and a half of just, I don't have that flame with the Lord. And I don't know, it just one day this summer, I feel like I just woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna read my Bible and I'm gonna see what the Lord has for me. And since that day, I feel that spark and that fire growing in me every single day again. And no matter what life throws at me, I know that I will always love the Lord and He will always love me back. And I want to continue to grow in my knowledge and my love for the Lord every single day. And I just encourage that to you guys too, because college students and just people in general, we go through so much. We go through so much, and we don't even realize what other people go through. And I just encourage you, like, just to remain faithful. Times will get tough, but rely on the people around you. Because like I said earlier, I was really upset that people weren't reaching out to me, and I was putting the blame on other people when I know I could have reached out to them, and I chose not to. And again, I just want to iterate that go to the Lord more than anything. You're not going to get all the answers from Him right away. You won't. I ask the question every single day, why Him? Why then? Why now? And I might not ever find that answer, and that's okay. It's okay. But yeah, that's just that's my story, and I just encourage you guys that, you know, if you've gone through something similar or if you have other things going on, you can always talk to all the leaders, you can talk to Carl, you can talk to me. That's one of my goals for this year, is to just reach out to people, get to know people, and not just like only do small talk. Like, I want to know people. And so like I might honestly stand back there, and if you feel any inkling to come talk to me for whatever reason, I will gladly do that. I would like to get to know you, whether you're a girl or boy. I don't care. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you guys for listening to me, having me here, and I thank God every day that I get to be here on earth, and I'm thankful for the Lord more than anything. If the Lord didn't say I want you, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't. But yeah, so that's my story. Thank you guys.